a few agreements Russia violated, just a few. Budapest Memorandum on Security Assurances, Minsk Protocol, Minsk II Agreement, Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces Treaty, Treaty on Conventional Armed Forces in Europe, Black Sea Grain Initiative, United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, United Nations Charter, Helsinki Final Act, Vienna Document, Chemical Weapons Convention, Treaty on Measures for the Further Reduction and Limitation of Strategic Offensive Arms, New START, Treaty of Friendship, Cooperation, and Partnership between Ukraine and the Russian Federation, Agreement on the Status and Conditions of the Black Sea Fleet, Treaty on Conventional Armed Forces in Europe, and Agreement on Adaptation, International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights. 2008 ceasefire agreement between Russia and Georgia, United Nations Convention Against Torture, Charter of Paris for a New Europe, Istanbul Commitments, 1999 Oahu Summit, Agreement establishing the Commonwealth of Independent States, Convention for the Protection of Cultural Property in the Event of Armed Conflict, Hague Convention, Protocol I additional to the Geneva Conventions, Black Sea Fleet Agreements, Kharkiv Pact, European Convention on Human Rights, Convention on the Rights of the Child, UNESCO Convention for the Protection of Cultural Property in the Event of Armed Conflict, International Convention for the Suppression of the Financing of Terrorism, Biological Weapons Convention, Open Skies Treaty, Geneva Conventions, Intentional Humanitarian Law, NATO-Russia Founding Act, International Elimination of All Forms of Racial Discrimination, CERN, Convention on the Physical Protection of Nuclear Material, Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, International Convention for the Protection of All Persons from Enforced Disappearance, Convention on the Prohibition of Military or any other hostile use of environmental modification techniques, Protocol on Explosive Remnants of War, Protocol V to the CCW, United Nations Guiding Principles on Internal Displacement, Montreux Convention regarding the regime of the Straits, Energy Charter Treaty, ECT, United Nations Convention Against Transnational Organized Crime, Convention on the Non-Applicability of Statutory Limitations to War Crimes and Crimes Against Humanity, International Health Regulations, Treaty between the Russian Federation and Ukraine on cooperation in the use of the Sea of Azov and the Kerch Strait, World Trade Organization, WTO, Agreements, Convention on International Civil Aviation, Congo Convention, Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations, United Nations Convention on the Law of the Non-Navigational Uses of International Watercourses, United Nations Security Council Resolutions on DPRK Sanctions,